Hi, this is just your review a little bit of how perspective works, and we'll do this in class together, but this video is here in case you've missed class. Alright, so you got your ruler. The see-through rulers are the nicest because you can make everything absolutely horizontal and vertical just by lining up these little red lines next to the side of your paper. So put in your horizon line first thing. Put in those vanishing points. Make sure you actually put the vanishing points in so you have something to draw to. Also make sure they're as far apart as possible. The closer those get, the more your image is going to be distorted. Your building will be distorted. Alright, let's just play with drawing some boxes here. So let's say you're drawing a box above eye level, and we've done these a few times like in the foundations class, and these go back to the vanishing point. I'm not drawing them all the way back because that just gives me a lot of lines I don't care about that I end up erasing. Make sure they are going absolutely to the vanishing point or they will not look right. Okay, make sure that your lines that you're using for the back of the box are actually vertical. The minute you get off like this or off like that slightly, you're going to look like you have a trapezoid for a building. Not a great look. Alright. Be as precise as you can. We're taking the back corners, taking those back down to the vanishing point. Okay, that's one box. Let's see if we can attach a box to the back of that. So I would say, well, this is probably if I want a box, let's decide where the front is. Alright, so maybe I want a box right here. And I say, well, I'm going to put a box there. I'm going to have this box go behind this other box. Same thing, going to the vanishing point every time. That's one of the joys of two-point perspective, that if you're drawing something that has 45-degree angles on it, you are looking at vertical things and things that go to vanishing points. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I think I'll end this one here. Well, there, so it'll look kind of nice. Okay, so starting to look like something interesting, something sort of architectural. Let's just say you wanted to put a pool. Let's see, let's pretend this is some wonderful ultra-modern, really spiffy house. If you want to put something that's sunk into the ground, you're going to make a plane on the ground. Don't worry that it gets a little funny and distorted when it gets close to these vanishing points, because it just does that. It'll look right. Sorry, I didn't have my line quite long enough. Alright, so now I've got a plane right now. It looks like a little piece of lawn. If you want to turn that into a swimming pool, it's like drawing a box in the ground. You go from that back corner and go down in. All of a sudden you've got a hole. Now that looks like a pretty scary hole, so let's put the water in it. And we'll just draw a nice little water line here. And there's our swimming pool. Now sometimes if it looks like it's way too deep, you can put a bottom in it. And that kind of helps. So it doesn't look like it's 30 feet deep. And then erase this. Okay, so that's your swimming pool. Alright, maybe you want to put an awning on this thing now. So I draw the door. It's kind of like when we were doing our tree houses and we put little porches on them. So we'll put a door in it. Once again, when you're doing doors, make sure they're absolutely vertical. If you want to put an awning on it, the awning would come, pretend like you're actually building it. The awning would come out maybe from the corners of the door. So these are the sides of it. And go back to the front of it, goes back to the vanishing point, and you've got an awning and you're looking up underneath it. Now to make that look, that's sort of a miracle that lined up right with the edge of the building, so that's kind of a weird thing, but I understand that very seldom happens. Make sure it's got a little bit of a thickness to it so that it doesn't look like it's made out of, just plastic or something. So it actually feels like it has structure. If you want to look like you're going inside the building, you can put in the wall here, or the thickness of the wall. Make sure it's going to the vanishing point. Give yourself a nice thickness there. So now it feels like you're going in there. If you want to be able to see inside the building, like you can see the wall, you just go from that back corner, and this is where the wall meets the floor inside the building. Okay, that gets you started. This is just our practice one, and you're going to want to do a few boxes. The requirement for the practice is at least 2 or 3 boxes, okay? Add some different stuff. This is where you're going to play with things and fiddle with them and decide, well, what can I do, and could I put windows here? This is a good time to practice. This is not your finished piece, but it's a good time to learn things and try things out. Okay, good luck.